It's rock and roll time for Bitcoin. If it's actually going to get back to the $20,000 region, we have two very important questions to address. One, how difficult is it going to be for it to potentially get back to 20K? And secondly, how soon could this potentially occur? What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Crypto Kirby here, your cryptocurrency expert, back with another edition of the daily live stream. Today we're going to discuss the Bitcoin price and the action inside the chart right now. But of course, before we begin, this is not investment advice. This is not trading advice. I am not your financial advisor. These are only my own speculative opinions and hypotheses on the market. Always do your own research and your own due diligence before investing or trading, as this market is extremely high risk. Now, let's begin here on the weekly time frame with the line chart. This line chart excludes wicks, so these are weekly closes only, all right? Now, we have two very key levels here. And of course, I've been showing you guys this on the regular chart. Let's go to the candles quickly. This red box here was the old multi-month support of our last parabolic uptrend, right? We formed multi-month support here, dropped down, back tested it twice, failed twice. Old support flipping into new resistance twice, and we did have it as a new resistance a third time. But luckily for us, Bitcoin has finally broke through. This box was such a critical area for me, my friends, to see Bitcoin finally get above these two key resistance points. And now if the price action can sustain even inside the box, just above these two prior highs, this is looking very bullish in my opinion, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get this crypto. I've been waiting a long time for this. You guys know on this channel, I'm very realistic. Below this box, I was still expecting further downside action. Above this box, my bullish thesis grows stronger. Now, other things to take into consideration. There is one more level of resistance here, which is this red line that I have drawn across the top here. We could see we have relevant touch points dating all the way back to January of 2018. We have one there, a second one right there, then up here, double top on our last run. And now, my friends, we are right there staring it in the face. Is Bitcoin going to be able to break this here on the weekly line chart around 12,050? If Bitcoin can get above this range, say 12,100, and close above here, my friends, in my opinion, at that point, it will have broken all of these weekly close resistance ranges. It will possibly look to create new support on top of old resistance, just like we have now seen that we had two resistance points formed on top of the old support. What I would like to see now is that new support is built up above this red line up here. Let's get this crypto, because if that is in fact to occur, not only have we broke the resistance, but we will now have formed support above this line in the sand here, which for me at that point, it may be off to the races, ladies and gentlemen. It could get absolutely explosive. And at this point, you may be saying, oh, Kirby, you're such a moon boy, a moon boy. Let me just tell you something, little James. You know the Don is looking at this market realistically. I'm not here to fluff and puff you up with that moon boy hullabaloo garbaggio. I tell you how it is, and I tell you how I see it. And right now, with that taken into consideration, we're going to look at a lot more, trust me. But with that taken into consideration, some very basic support and resistance lines, we now have to look at the US dollar, my friends. Just take a look at the US dollar chart here. Okay, this is the US dollar index, the DXY. My friends, this period in time here that we're dealing with right now looks very reminiscent to what we saw back in 2017. Okay, this downtrend in the DXY led to the most parabolic bull run in Bitcoin history. Sure, you could chalk it up that it's a coincidence, right? A coinky-dink, Carbonaccio. It's possible, my friends. It's very possible. But I just want you to understand that when the dollar index was weakening, that's the run that we had in Bitcoin there. From below $1,000 all the way up to roughly 20,000. Now, the DXY is dropping here again, like a brick from the sky. Is it possible that we're going to go on another Bitcoin bull run here? I just want to take a look at gold quick, my friends. Take a look at gold. Absolutely ripping. Let's take a look at silver. Absolutely ripping. If anti-debt instruments, anti-dollar instruments, in the sense that they are counter-responsive to the dollar's decline, if that trend is going to be to dump the dollar and get into things such as gold, silver, and possibly other world currencies, my friends, I don't see any reason right now why there would be an immense amount of sell pressure from a fundamental standpoint for Bitcoin. That's just my own opinion. Whether you agree with that or not, I really would appreciate a thumbs up here on the video, my friends. It really helps the channel. Thank you so much. So now, if the dollar is going to continue downward, and if Bitcoin right now has already gotten through bearish macro resistance range number 1, if it can get through here, it really, my friends, could be another FOMO-esque event that could lead us into a parabolic state. That's my opinion. Doesn't have to occur. It's just my own opinion. So what I want to do now is look at some additional indicators here to get an idea of what's the probability here. What is the likelihood, in my opinion, that we are going to get through this? Or does it look like we could get rejected before we actually get through there? Let's take a look at those right now. But again, my friends, if you are just tuning in now, thank you for the thumbs up on the video. I so appreciate it. And hey, if you are brand new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, tick the little bell, and select all. This is one of the most realistic Bitcoin technical analysis channels you're ever going to find. So welcome to the channel. Hit that subscribe button, tick the little bell, and select all. Welcome. Okay, my friends. So let's move along here to the weekly time frame indicators. So what I want to pull up first is the alligator. You guys would know I've been featuring the alligator on this channel for quite some time now. I really love it for the macro view. Okay, I don't really use it on the smaller time frames as much. I use it for the macro perspective. So right here we had our cross, and the cross for the alligator is the green going above both the red and the blue lines. And what we want to see here is a cross, which we got. That's the confirmation. And then you want to see continued upside action. We're getting that now. And you want to see these bands continuing to widen out. Let's take a look in the past of when we've seen this. Boom, our cross, continued upside action, widening bands. Took us all the way, my friends, from essentially the $4,000 range, the high 4,000s, all the way up towards 14,000. Let's take a look at another time that this occurred, my friends, all the way back down here in 2015. Cross, upside action, widening bands, took us all the way from the low hundreds of dollars range, looks to be about at 300-ish, 350, and it brought us up to our peak at 20,000, right? So right now, we have had some failed attempts here, right? We had this one here, but notice the difference. We had the cross, confirmation number 1, but no continued upside action, and it dumped, right, my friends? This time over here, never crossed. Now we've had the cross, continued further upside action, at least for the time being, and we are beginning to see these bands widen out. Let's get this crypto. I am liking what I'm seeing there. So from that perspective, this does look strong to me. This looks strong. And if we've already gotten through this red box here, in my opinion, all we have left is this line here at 12,100. Let's get this crypto. Now let's turn the alligator off. And we're going to turn on some moving averages. Here we have the 50, the 20, and the 200. Said that out of order, but it's the 20, the 50, and the 200, okay? So what I want you guys to notice here is the 200 in the teal. On the line chart here, it has respected this absolutely immaculately 3 times, okay? Take the wicks out of it, and it's respected it absolutely beautifully 3 times. This range now, rather this moving average, is about to enter this green box of long-term support and resistance flips for Bitcoin. So this for me right now, being that it's been such a long-term respected indicator, and it's now going into this green box here that could have acted as a new support anyway if Bitcoin were to dump, right? And this box for me is between 7,500 and 6,000. This lends so much more credibility to that range, my friends. Sheesh. I mean, nothing is perfect, right? The 200 weekly moving average could fail at any given time. It's just that 3 times we've seen it act as a support level there upon these crashes. And now that we already had this range here as a potential crash support, now that the 200 is moving up into there, my friends, it's beginning to get very hard for me to see this thing looking very, very bearish. I know we have people still calling for 2,000 Kirby, 3,000, 1,800, 1,200 Kirby. I really, at this point, am having a hard time believing this. To me, if anything, I personally am speculating that a ton of buy support would come in anywhere in my green box there. The case for it going below there is becoming very, very difficult in my opinion. Doesn't mean that it can't happen. It's just that the probability for the bulls to continue to step in is growing here, right? And you guys know, if you've been subscribed to this channel for years at this point, I've been so bearish this whole time, my friends. And why? Because we've been in a bearish trend for years, my friends. I see it for what it is, and I trade it for what it is. You guys know, shout out to my VIPs. I've been in a long position here, my friends, since 9,525. I've already taken some profit off the table, but right now the Don is riding the gravy train, the choo-choo train, the parabolic express with Average Joe and James at the water cooler. When I saw it was time to go long, the Don went long. I don't sit here on some perma-bear sentiment saying that no matter what, Bitcoin must go down. I don't like Bitcoin. It's not like that, my friends. I let the charts speak for me. And if you want to see all of my future trade setup ideas, all of my next trades where I look to potentially enter, exit, potentially take profit on every position, my friends, that's what you get from me in VIP. So if you're not already in there, what are you waiting for? Today is the day. It's time to transform yourself from Average Joe into Savage Joe. Let's get this crypto. I will see you in VIP right now after this video. But back to the sentiments here. This market for me right now seems as if with the global fundamental factors coming into play here. Keep that in mind. This is a big deal, my friends. The DXY, in my opinion, is a very, very big deal. Okay? And with this occurring, it's not even that Bitcoin has to be some store of value or some real hedge against the inflation. Sure, that down the line could be a real case for Bitcoin. But for me right now, this is just a speculative market. And if people are getting out of the dollar and getting into really getting back into these speculative assets that are just essentially anti-dollar or contrarian dollar, such as Bitcoin, cryptos in general, gold, silver, other commodities. If that's the trend, my friends, for me, it's going to be very difficult for Bitcoin to be very bearish here. It just is what it is. If the dollar index continues to plunge, I think it's going to be very, very difficult for the Bitcoin price to plunge with the dollar. I could be wrong, right? But that's my sentiment and my speculative opinion right now. If you agree with that, please hit the thumbs up button. Thank you very much. And again, I'm just going to remind you once more here, because you should know by now, this is the most realistic Bitcoin technical analysis channel you're ever going to find. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, tick the little bell, and select all. Let's get this crypto. And now I have another indicator here for you, my friends, the Chichen Oscillator. Now, what the Chichen Oscillator is looking for is potential hidden buy pressure and potential hidden sell pressure. Now, this median line here, right? It's at a 0, right? That's the line. What you want to see is, for the bulls, you want to be above that line. For the bears, you want to be below the line, right? Below the line is possible hidden sell pressure. Above the line is possible hidden buy pressure. Just several weeks ago, we were below the line, and I was, saying that, proceed with caution, my friends, as we have seen some catastrophic debacles when we've seen the Chichen Oscillator below the zero line. It's just the truth. But right now, we've gotten back above the zero. And what I want you to understand here is that this period of time here, the parabolic bull run for Bitcoin, right? Soon as it got above the zero line and stayed there, right? Emphasis on stayed there, because there were definitely some times where it got above and chopped and fell below again. But once it really found support, right? Look at we got above, back tested the zero line, support, right? Once we were able to maintain the Chichen Oscillator on the weekly time frame above the zero line, look at that. Let's actually draw the circle up there too, right from where it started, my friends. Okay, there you have it. It coincided with that whole bull run. Wow, there's a glitchy action, but you get the picture, right? This whole bull run, my friends, up to 20,000 was in confluence with the Chichen Oscillator staying above zero. Now, we possibly, if we can get above that zone that I've just outlined, my friends, up here, and we can keep the Chichen above the zero, it's possible that this could be an early indication here that the bull run is underway. That's just how I see it. I hope you hear the passion in my voice today. For those that have followed for years, this is monumental, as the Don has been bearish for years. With what I'm seeing now, it's getting very difficult for me to remain bearish, and I am actually bullish until proven otherwise at this time. If we are to see a reversal in the dollar, if these indicators, such as the alligator, such as the moving averages, are to take a change for the worse, then I will definitely become bearish once again, because I do not stay a fanboy of one direction. I am not a bull or a bear. I am a trader, a realist, and a savage. And as long as this trend right now is going to continue to break through resistance levels, as long as the dollar is going to continue to plunge, and as long as the indicators continue to look positive, the Don will remain bullish until proven otherwise. And like I've stated, ladies and gentlemen, if we are to get a dump here, let's just take a quick look on the 1-day time frame, okay? We're going to actually put the candles on right now. If Bitcoin is to dump from here, because there is always, just because this looks bullish from a macro weekly view doesn't mean that every day has to be up. Oh, Kirby, but we dumped, Kirby. You said it was bullish. One, it's just my own opinion. Doesn't have to be correct. Two, the weekly view is much different than the daily and the intraday. But here's the sentiment, okay? We have a new possible support region here of old resistance, not only at this local cluster here that we have, but we have it there at around 9850 all the way down to 9500, okay? That old resistance, if we dump, could possibly become new support before a new leg up. And this also coincides with all of this action in here. For me, my friends, this red box now officially, until proven otherwise, for me, is being turned green as a new potential support zone for Bitcoin. And if this is to hold as support, just look how beautiful this is, my friends. We have a possible support zone here, possible support zone here. And I mean, this one down here, it did act as it back then, okay? So right now we have this zone here that could act as the launching pad, okay? If this becomes support and all we have is essentially this red line here, in my opinion, especially on the weekly line chart, if that's all that's left in front of us, I mean, my friends, the path to 20K after breaking that does not seem like it could take very long at all. That's just my own opinion. So in terms of a time frame, well, we need to get through that $12,100 level first, and it needs to close weekly candles above there. If that can occur and we get up here, I think the path to 20,000 at that point seems easy to me, my friends, especially if the dollar continues to plunge. That is going to wrap it up here today, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. Share this video in your chats and your socials. This is one that everybody needs to hear. This is one that everyone needs to see and understand my sentiment and my opinion, right, on this. I don't have to be correct that the bull market has officially started, but right now, until proven otherwise, unless this is one giant fake out, I am personally speculating that this market right now has the chance to be more bullish than bearish, in my opinion. Let's get this crypto. My friends, right now, the Don is crushing this market like a 2-ton man on a tuna fish can. I showed you once before, but I'll show you again. I've been in a long position since 9,525, right? All the grizzly bear degenerates, the bears, right? Getting on my case. Yes, you longed the top, Kirby. You longed the top. Great, little James. Get short squeezed out while the Don rides the gravy train, the choo-choo train, all the way up. I'm going to be looking to get aggressive with my trades here, remaining with my pedal to the metal, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to see how I'll be trading this moving forward, all of my next trade setup ideas, if you want to see all of them exclusively, I will be posting that for you in VIP. Join VIP today. I will see you in VIP right now after this video. Today is the day. It's time to transform yourself from average Joe into savage Joe. Let's get this crypto. My friends, if you haven't already, but you probably have, if you could leave a thumbs up and a subscribe for the algorithm, thank you very much. I will see you all in the next one, but most importantly, I will see you in VIP right now after this video. Let's get this crypto. And until next time, my friends, the Don has spoken. Be safe, be happy, be healthy. It's your boy, Crypto Kirby. Peace and love, my friends. Curbs.